Docking.
Docking.
Wow. Do you like the Scorpions?
Yeah, some of that stuff, yeah.
Really? I mean, it has the same type of sound, though, those guys.
Well, dude, hair metal is forever, you know?
I like hair metal. I really do. I'm from the 80s.
You want to know, when I was in high school, well, I wish I did. I wish I expressed myself a lot more. I wish that in high school, I went in with the big old boom box and went to school dressed every day like Dee Snider.
Well, you did or you didn't?
No, I didn't, but I wish I did.
So you say you like Dee Snider?
Yeah.
Of Twisted Sister, right?
Yeah.
Did you see Rock of Ages, the musical?
No.
You know about it, right?
The only Rock of Ages thing I know about is a song by Def
Leppard. Well, it's a musical which takes place in the 80s, and it's all the soundtrack is, Dockin', Twisted. Dee Snider's in the musical, by the way.
Oh.
He plays a character in it.
Nice.
I've seen it on Broadway, and it's amazing. Every Quiet Riot song, the ensemble sings all these songs, AC/DC, and Rock of Ages, the song you were referring to by Def Leppard, they originally refused to let them use the song, but ever since the show's become a hit, now they let them use it. But it's a great show. Journey, they have Journey music in there. It's a love story, it's goofy. They made a movie. The movie is not that good. The Broadway show rocks. I saw it in person, I want to see it again. Movie is all right, but you should...
Didn't the movie have Tom Cruise in it or something?
Tom Cruise plays Stacey Jacks, yeah. He's the Motley Crue type of lead singer, but it doesn't work. The movie was...
Tom Cruise never works.
No, I'm not a big Tom Cruise fan. I mean, but... And by the way, I'm John Pulino. Welcome to The Edge, and our guest tonight is Geno. 860-613-3031. That's 860-613-3031. This is the Geno Takeover Show, meaning Geno is an intern here at Comcast. He does a great job, 19 years old, and he's been helping us out, so we are going to give him, let him be a guest tonight. He's going to talk. He's got props behind us. We'll get to that in a minute. Billy Wilson is not here. Now, Billy just called me and said he had a meeting, or he was at a meeting. I don't know. Is he telling the truth, or is he not telling the truth? Call me at 860-613-3031. That's 860-613-3031. Because I want to know what you people out there think if Billy is telling the truth. Because Billy is about 50-50. I don't know. What do you think? We had some problems in the beginning of the show. Marco got mad at us. I don't know if he's really mad at us, but he might be. But I'm not going to talk about that anymore because it's a sensitive topic. Very sensitive. Our crew gets sensitive, So, Geno, how you doing?
Doing just fine.
You look good. You look good.
Thank you. I try my best, I got to keep this girlish figure in check. You
right.
know what I mean?
So what do you do for? You do Pilates?
No.
Crunches?
No. You know what I do? I watch Turkish Star Wars, and that's my exercise video.
Turkish Star Wars. Now, people that don't know, other countries have different copyright laws than America, and what they do is, and Geno will correct me if I'm wrong, a country like Turkey will take the special effects from Star Wars, the George Lucas Star Wars, the TIE fighters, X-Wing fighters, Death Star blowing up, and they insert their own footage with their own actors playing these people. It's the goofiest thing in the world, and it's so funny. It's like the Ralph Caponera Christmas special. I mean, it's worse, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I mean, I have, over in a bag just off screen here, I have about 30 Turkish movies.
Right.
30 Turkish movies starring Turkish Wunderkind, Cüneyt Arkın.
Right.
He is like, I remember a story he tells, because I watched a documentary from this company called...
Your camera's over there, not now, but just, you might want to position your body a little bit different. There you go. No, act like you're talking to me, though.
Yeah. There was this documentary called Mondo Macabro, and Cüneyt Arkın was telling a story how, because he did all of his own stunts.
Okay.
And the thing is that he had to fall through a glass ceiling, and so he did, and he shattered his hand with glass,
right.
And so he put ice in his hand, and he rode a horse off to the hospital.
Wow. Well, it's funny because we made a movie here. Marco's in the movie. Gary's in the movie. The aforementioned Billy's in the movie. Teen Titans movie. And this is true. During one of the fight sequences, I actually put a nail in my hand. And I didn't feel it until later. And I saw the blood, and I got a little queasy. Yeah.
Sort of like how when Wile E. Coyote, is walking in the air, and then he just looks down, and then he realizes,
Yes, very much like that. I had a Wile E. Coyote moment. So, Geno, what brings you to public access TV? Why do you do work in the studio? What's your goal?
Well, my eventual goal is to do a show of my own.
Really? Any names picked out that you can share with us at this moment?
Not exactly. Really, I just right now I want to get some experience.
Sure, that makes sense.
But then, you know, hopefully down the line I want to work on my own show. I have a few ideas in my head. Good old Tyler Kittleman, who's probably in his cave in his and he's probably in his cave watching the show and on his computer and doing random paperwork.
Notice that nobody just watches TV anymore. The old days you watch TV. Now people are...
you just focus.
Yeah, there's no focus. It's out of control.
Yeah, and so, you know, he's telling me, oh, you have to know that we have restrictions. And I'm like...
He said that to you?
Yeah.
Restrictions?
Yeah.
What do you mean restrictions?
We have certain limitations, you know?
Really?
Yeah, and he says, I'm not telling you you can't do it, but you know, you got to realize I don't want you to overburden you. And I'm like, dude, I'm Superman.
No, wait a minute. So Tyler's giving you some advice, and you went from Tyler, and then now you're a Kryptonian.
I guess so.
So, wow. So Tyler's putting restrictions on the show.
Well, he's not putting restrictions. She's just saying that there are limitations.
Yeah, okay, that's a little different.
You know, because, you know, I look at public access and normal TV.
Right.
I compare it to, like, public access is like Ape from 1976. You ever see Ape?
Ape is a King Kong knockoff, right?
Yeah,
I know what it is.
From South Korea, you know.
Yeah, I know all the stuff you know. It's bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah. And regular TV is like
King Kong.
Yeah, King Kong.
Right. Ape would be A*P, right?
Yeah.
That's the title. Is A*P*E.
Yeah.
Only I know that. Oh well, actually that's not true. You know that. That's why you want to get on the show.
Yeah, and you want to know what APE stands for?
No. Is it bad?
It's APE.
Oh boy.
Stands for Attacking Primate Monster.
I did not know that. Wow.
And I just heard Billy Wilson come in.
Well, that could be Billy, or that could be Ape, or that could be the Turkish people.
Turkish people. That could be Junaid Darkin coming to get both of us.
Yeah, very upset with a piece of glass in his hand, right? Or that could be the hitman that Marco called because he didn't like our jokes in the beginning.
Well, hey, you know what I want to see? I want to see a fight between Junaid Darkin and Marco.
Well, how big is Junaid Tarkin?
Oh, he's a massive dude.
He's a massive.
Well, he's not really that. He's not massive, but dude can punch rocks like nobody
else. No way.
Else.
I got my money on Marco. No way.
Oh, and speaking of Billy Jackknife Wilson here coming in.
I'm going to go around.
Oh, boy.
Cool. Look at
Once
this.
again,
yeah, go around the world in 80 days.
I just saw my friend Ebony and Fred. They're here. We'll talk to them in a minute. And some other people in the... Once again, live TV. Billy Wilson has just joined the show. I'm going to keep talking to...
yeah, and Gary is walking like Groucho Marx now.
Right. Now, Pete...
And he actually knows who Groucho Marx is because he was friends with him when he was alive. Yes.
If you think about it, you know, Geno's only 19 years old, ladies and gentlemen out there, but the references he's making about movies are amazing. Amazing. But I got a bone to pick with Gary Aubin. I'm glad you're out here. Yep.
Gary says, geez, what did I do now?
No. He insulted me a little bit. A little bit? And you're involved in this too, at a lower level.
Did I insult you too?
Yes.
How?
Last Friday.
I showed up.
Last Friday. Now, you know, do I need to hear this?
I showed up.
I see a former mayoral candidate walking around in the hallway. That's another story. And I see a future mayoral candidate walking in the hallway. But hold that thought. So, listen up. Last Friday night, Billy Wilson.
Yes.
Bob Stefarak, who is recovering in the hospital. God bless him.
Yep.
Bob, I talked to you today. I hope you feel better. But, interestingly enough,
yes,
you get a call from Bob to help out on The Diner, a show that you and I created.
Yes.
Do I get a call? No. I don't get a call, right?
Yeah.
Then, okay, I get over it. I hear that you have a fun time with Bob on the show, yada, yada. Then you tell me, after the show, you went out.
Yes.
And you said Gary went out. And I said, are you out? What?
Yeah, Gary went out.
He doesn't go out with us.
Wait. Here's why Gary went out. I'll tell you right now. Gary went out because he got free coffee. That's what it was all about.
Yeah, you know what?
So we have to buy Gary coffee.
I will buy Gary coffee. But I feel that on the list, on the hierarchical list.
Yes.
So Bob and me, I'm lower than Bob now?
Well, he gets mad when I don't.
See? He enables. Gary is an enabler.
Well, you want to know? You don't want to know?
Yes, chime in here.
Let me tell you something. You want to know what's so similar between you and Bob?
What?
You both make Marco pissed off as hell.
Oh my!
Wow! Speaking of Marco, is he here tonight?
No, don't start tonight.
Is he here? There he is.
You know what? Is he? I can't tell if he's really mad at us.
Well, this is what happens when he goes to Seattle. He acts stranger when he comes back. It's just part of
You
his
know what?
business.
Seattle is sleepless until Marco gets there.
Sleepless
I'm not
in
laughing.
Seattle.
I'm not laughing at them.
I am.
Okay.
I think it's
Oh
funny.
my God. So listen, John Killian just walked in. Ebony walked in. Fred walked in. We're going to talk to Fred in a minute. Or do you want to talk now? How do you feel about it? I don't want to waste your time, Fred.
No, I can hang.
I get nervous, Fred. I'm Italian. I don't want to waste anyone's time. Okay. So Fred will pop in later. I think he's running. Well, I don't know. He can make his own announcement.
Yes.
Fred's up to something. He's actually he's on the copyright board, the Turkish copyright board.
Oh.
He wants to know what the hell you're doing with these Star Wars tapes. So
I like the Groucho Marx stuff.
yeah, he
Groucho, Chico, and Harpo.
Actually, it's pronounced Chico.
yeah.
Checo?
Yeah, because you see, the reason for the name of Chico is because he used to chase chicks.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
So he was the
Now-
ladies'
now,
man of the Marx
You
Brothers.
don't
Yeah.
have any with Gummo.
Oh, well, that has a little bit of gummo in it.
Yeah.
And Zeppo, right?
Oh yeah,
Zeppo,
Zeppo.
Gummo.
Dude who couldn't sing or act to save his life.
Who's your favorite Marx brother?
I like Chico because he's sort of like a mysterious,
Yeah.
sort of dude, and plus he makes fun of Italian people, and I could appreciate that because I'm a paisan. Speaking of paisans, Marco, we love you in there.
He goes from busting on him to loving him. I love it. You gotta love it. Only on the
All's
edge.
fair in love and war, you know. And so,
Yeah, with Marco, not so much.
Oh,
hey, maybe Marco is one of the Marx brothers. Groucho, Harpo, Chico, Zeppo, Gummo, Marco.
oh
you know?
my God.
I think Gummo. Gummo.
Yeah.
Where you been?
I was at a meeting.
What meeting?
I had a meeting.
I thought
I
you
had
were-
a candidates meeting.
I thought you were up in Cunningham, Massachusetts, doing the diddlies with Captain Walrus.
No.
Even I don't get that right. So the meeting's okay?
It's done,
Do we
yeah.
have candidates?
Yes, you're one of them.
Oh, Jesus. I'm not doing it. No. People, he's lying. I'm not.
No, he's not. I'm
staying
not
home.
lying.
I'm staying home this year.
No, you're not.
You know what?
No, you're not.
I want to address something about Marco. This is serious. Well, it's kind of funny. Marco, I mean,
Show it.
this is the list. This is the low-hanging fruit.
Low-hanging
And he's
fruit.
right. I got to give him credit for it, though, even though we were making fun of him a little bit and all good fun. But Marco took his time.
Yeah.
You know, he did. At the Cable Advisory
He
Board.
likes doing charts.
No, and it's good.
It's in both sides are.
Right. Well, Marco was saying that if people take a government position, so this has to do with the government, he's right. In the Cable Advisory Board, I am the chairperson, and you're a
vice chair.
vice chairperson.
Yep.
But, you know, obviously you can miss a meeting once in a while. It happens. But there are people that miss, like, literally every meeting.
2 years
Yeah.
of meetings.
So Marco produced a chart, and there's some people here that, you know, need to get to the meeting. Like, you know, Dan Russo, who, Dan, I love you, but, you know, you go to planning and zoning, you can come to Cable Advisory Board. Lisa
Yes.
Santangelo, Stoney. Come on, guys, you know, show up. We need help.
Yeah.
So we're doing a lot of positive things, and this shows that, come on, guys.
Yeah.
And hopefully you don't take it the wrong way, and if you do, you do.
Yeah.
What do you think?
And if you're missing a lot more meetings than you're going to, and there's only 6 meetings a year. When you're on Cable Advisory,
Yes.
just so people know out there, it's one every 2 months. So it's not like every month even. And we have certain people that don't show up.
Ever.
For 2
And
years.
it's a responsibility. I mean, if
Yeah.
you want to be... All right. Oh, he wants the low-hanging fruit.
He wants the low-hanging fruit.
Right.
Yeah, speaking of low-hanging fruit, you want to know?
Yeah, Geno's here, I see. Low-hanging fruit.
No,
Oh, see what you gave it to me. I had to give it back to you a little bit.
I've totally lost that, but what?
you want to know something about low-hanging fruit?
The kumquat on a paradise of life. Is that what it is?
No.
Oh, okay.
You want to? Hey, you want to know why watermelons and regular melons never get married?
Why?
Because they cantaloupe.
Oh,
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You should run for office. That'd be a great platform right there. So, are you from Middletown?
Yeah.
Put him on the ticket.
Well, hey, you know, all politicians are jokers, you know, so
Oh.
I might as well add to the list.
Got a point there. But hey, let's go back to movies.
Oh, all right.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you a question. You can give me an answer.
Yeah.
Favorite James Bond movie, off the top of your head?
Turkish James Bond.
They have one?
Dude, they have a Turkish everything.
Wow. Do you think you can give me a copy of that? Because I'm a huge James Bond fan.
I'll see, man.
Oh.
I'll see.
I don't know. I think James Bond movies are great.
Yeah.
Yeah, the new one looks good. Spectre.
I'm looking at all the
Yeah.
I'm looking at all the titles up there.
Yeah.
Metropolis,
Favorite superhero movie? Non-Turkish. American.
non-Turkish?
American.
non-Turkish.
Let's see. Favorite superhero movie. Pause. long pause, even longer pause. Probably one of the old serials from back in the 40s.
Really? Like the Captain America?
Yeah.
Or the Captain Marvel, the Tom Tyler one?
Yeah, well, if you were to say TV show, I could pretty much tell you right off the bat I love the George Reeves Superman.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So what Lois Lane did you like better, Phyllis Coates or Noel Neill?
Phyllis Coates.
Really? The original one?
Yeah.
The Superman the Mole Man, the first season.
Well, it's funny you bring up Superman, because I have some Superman stuff in back there.
All right, want to bring it out?
Sure.
Might as well. Get the show on the road. The nostalgia continues. Superman. Oh, he's getting the DVDs, folks.
I might as well get the whole box here. Brought my old house with me. My mom can attest to this. Mom, I know you're out walking. Hey.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to guess these are the Max Fleischer cartoons.
Yeah. Let's see if the camera could get a good shot of that. I suppose not.
Yeah, there's nobody.
Yeah, there's nobody in here. There's sort of. Let me see. Can I see which one that one is?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
Okay.
Yeah, those are the original Paramount
original
produced them. Yeah.
sci-fi
Notice the shield
shorts, yes.
has a black.
Black around
yeah,
the yes.
Yeah, that's.
Oh wow, that is cool.
Animation was intense for the day.
That's really good.
Yeah, a lot of war stories.
Yeah, and you want to know the interesting thing about that particular DVD is because all these DVDs I have in this box were produced by a friend of mine. His name is Dr. Thomas R. Reich. He's a great fellow. He took these classic cartoons and he basically restored them from the ground up. He restored not only the picture, but he enhanced the sound with Dolby Digital 5.1. He added new effects, which were somehow controversial if you're a purist, but the sound effects really added some great gusto to these things.
A friend of yours did this?
Yeah, Dr. Thomas R. Reich.
Right. Wow. And how did you meet this person? This is amazing.
Well, the thing is because when I was a kid, I used to go to the Thomas Jefferson Branch Library in New Britain because my sister went to the Jefferson Elementary School.
Okay.
And they had a whole lot of VHS there, and one of the VHS tapes was this DVD of Gulliver's Travels right here.
Wow.
So, well, it wasn't the DVD version, it was the VHS version, but it was that exact edition. And I later got the DVD version, and I was watching it with headphones in, and I noticed Tom put echo in the king's voices when they were inside the castle, which I had never heard before. But he put echo in there because he thought, hey, since they're in the castle, since they're in the cavernous space, we might as well have some echo in there. And so I was like, I gotta contact these people. So what I did was I found the phone number for this guy, and I called him up. And he wound up sending me, I didn't bring it with me, but he actually did a Blu-ray of all the Max Fleischer Superman cartoons.
Right, wow. That's insane.
And I have another Superman DVD that he did. This was all the Famous Studios ones made after the Fleischers left.
The Lost episodes.
Yeah. Those are more like World War II oriented.
I was just going to say, yeah. I mean, these are the Mummy Strikes, Japotier, Secret Agent, sure. Superman Restoration Demo. Wow. And I tell you, the animation really didn't get any better for superheroes until Batman the Animated Series. That's my opinion. But, this was the best, and then it wasn't until the 90s where it got good again, I think. I could be wrong. What's your opinion on that?
All I have to say is Ruby Spears, no-go, and Filmation.
No.
Yeah.
Ruby Spears did the 1988 Superman show.
Yeah.
I mean, it was okay, but it was hollow. Like, these are three-dimensional. These are the
Fleischers weren't goofing around when they made this stuff.
No goofing around.
And speaking of Fleischer, my friend Tom did a whole DVD dedicated to the Fleischers.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. They're great animation studios. So you've liked these animated shorts since you were young, I would assume, right?
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
I remember, going to the Thomas Jefferson Branch Library and, just renting
VHSs and things.
Yeah, VHS all the time. And that's why I'm so loyal to that format, because that's what I discovered pretty much everything that I base my life on now.
Sure.
Wow. I mean, young kids out there watching, if there are any young kids out there watching, but you'll never know the greatness of taking one of these magical rectangles, putting it inside a VCR, and waiting for it to buffer up, and then just watching a good old 80s flick or something on VHS. I actually have some VHS back there.
Sure.
And I'll show you
Hold
those.
that thought. I want to plug the phone number again. Those of you watching, this is The Edge. I'm John Pulino, hosting with Billy Wilson. It's 860-613.
3031.
860
613
30.
31.
So did you have this connection with Bob the other night? I'm a little jealous here.
No, not really. I mean, Bob, when he first came on, I love Bob. Bob messed up the number the first time.
Come on.
So we had to say it over again, Tammy and I. And then we all did. We did it in.
Right.
We all did part of the number.
Yeah.
Like 860.
Oh, you made it like a musical, like a Glee episode for Christ's sake. So
yeah, Glee, of course, is no longer on.
No, I heard it. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, thank God.
Really? I heard you liked it though.
When it first came out, I
it was
thought it was different. And then
Glee did not bring Glee to the world. I'm telling you that.
No. But it was just.
It was bold though. It was bold in the beginning because it's different.
Yep. And now it did. Then it got sort of.
Remember Cop Rock? Remember that?
Yeah, Cop Rock. Cop Rock lasted 13 episodes.
Yeah, but it was different though.
Yeah.
So let me just plug the show a little bit. What's going on tonight? Geno's our main guest, but Fred Carroll has joined us. So after the break, he's going to pop in for a while, talk to us a little bit. At 8:35, we're going to show you a 3-minute video of PSA of the Oddfellows Playhouse, and we're going to have a lot with Geno tonight. So once again, I'm John Pulino. This is The Edge. I'm with Billy Wilson, and more questions for Geno.
Yes.
Alrighty.
So what's your most prized possession on the shelf behind you?
Oh boy, that is a tough one. All right.
Okay, remember, speak loud or take your mic or whatever.
Yes, I have to speak with my Sylvester Stallone, Rocky Balboa voice. All right, on this shelf, let me see. It would probably have to be this.
Want to hold it up for the...
The camera?
Yeah, but, just look for the... Yeah, there you go.
All right, what you see here is...
Geno, you might want to grab the mic, my friend.
Oh. Of course I have to grab it out of here. This is live television, folks, after all. What you see here is a autographed sweatshirt signed by Dr. William H. Cosby Jr. Bill Cosby himself signed this for me. I'm a big supporter of his. I know he's getting a lot of flack right now because of what's going on in the media, but I truly believe that Dr. Cosby is innocent of these.
Hold it up more. I want to let the people see the autograph.
Yeah.
It's autographed, right?
Yeah.
Where'd you meet him?
Well, I didn't meet him. The thing is that his daughter sent this to me. She had him autograph this for me. Let me put this back in here.
Yeah. Go ahead, because I met him twice. I can tell you my story if you want to hear it.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, it was a brief meeting. Well, the first time was he spoke at Wesleyan as a keynote speaker. This was a while ago, and I remember we were there for the show. We had the cameras, and we were doing a video. And I spoke to him very briefly. Hey, do you mind if I ask you a question or two? And I asked him, hey, what's it like to speak here? And I asked him something about Fat Albert. Why did you come up with Fat Albert? Filmed it, showed it on the show. And I saw him again at a fundraiser from far away, though. So I didn't really speak to him the second time, but I've seen him twice. So it's pretty cool.
He's a great guy. Yeah. I have a lot of his comedy albums at home. I have a lot of his movies. I have The Cosby Show. I have season 1, and I have seasons 3 and 4.
Okay. Trivia question for you.
Okay.
I think I know the answer. It's about Bill Cosby, and it's interesting. How many shows did Bill Cosby have with the name Bill or Cosby in the title?
Oh, okay. He had The Bill Cosby Show, in which he played a coach, Chet Kincaid.
Okay, that's it.
He had a show called Cos, which I believe was a variety show. I think he had another variety show or something called The New Bill Cosby Show. Right. He had, of course, the legendary The Cosby Show, where he played Cliff Huxtable. Right. And then he had a show in the 90s just called Cosby.
Yes, so you said 5.
Yeah.
There was also, NBC had the Cosby Mysteries.
Oh, yes, the Cosby Mysteries. Oh, yes.
He was like a detective.
And I guess Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids
are also. I was going to say.
Yeah, so 7 that I can think of. And Little Bill.
Oh, yeah.
But I didn't see, so that's 8, right?
Yeah.
He's also on Electric Company.
Yep.
So the Cosby Mysteries were cool.
Yeah.
He had the fedora on. He was like, I would like to talk to you about the dead body at the people's house. And it was kind of like, it was kind of fun. I Spy, which was Robert Culp, groundbreaking.
Oh yeah.
I mean, in the 60s.
Robert Culp, that was a great show.
They were spies, and
they also did a movie together. Him and Robert Culp, Hickey and Boggs.
That's right, and they also did I Spy Returns, which was a TV movie. But you're right. And Bill, what's his name? Robert Culp.
Yeah.
He was on the Cosby Show a few times.
Yeah.
As a doctor or something, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember. Robert Culp was a great actor.
Yes, he was.
Underrated actor.
Yep.
So why do you like Bill Cosby so much?
Well, the thing is, and it's kind of like a personal thing, when my father died, he died when I was like 6 years old. And so pretty much, I do have to say this, I really, with the exception of my mom, I really didn't get much attention from any of the male members in my family.
Right.
And so I had no other alternative. So what did I do? I turned on the television.
Sure.
And who did I see? Dr. Cliff Huxtable.
That's right.
And, you know, I had also grown up with Bill Cosby himself on VHS and everything like that. And so I really loved him from a very young age. And, you know, it's always been my dream to meet him, you know, and tell him, you know, how big of an impact he made on my life. Because, you know, I often tell people that, you know, if it wasn't for Bill Cosby, I probably wouldn't be living today.
Wow.
Because, you know, when my father died, I was going through so much mental trauma, you know, and, you know, life just went from bad to worse. I'm not going to really go into my whole life story, but, you know, it's like, you know, Bill was there for me, you know, and I needed him, and now I want to be there for him when he needs me because, you know, he's a great guy, and I love him.
No, and I applaud you for saying that on the air. I know it's tough. We goof around a lot, but at the same time, you made a connection, and I think I definitely respect you for that, you know. And I know a lot about Bill Cosby, and you seem to know a lot about a lot of things. It's amazing that he had 8 shows, maybe 9, with his name in the title. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone has done that.
No.
I don't think anybody has done that, if you think about it. What entertainer out there, maybe I'm wrong, I mean, who has had their name in 8 or 9 different shows?
No,
television shows.
No one.
I mean, and that doesn't include I Spy or...
Right.
I mean, he made the movie, I don't think he did as well in film, Cosby.
No, but he did do the...
He did films, though.
He did do films. He didn't he... trying to think of...
He did like something with Richard Pryor, right?
Richard Pryor.
Uptown
California
Saturday.
Suite.
That's right. Neil Simon wrote
Yeah.
That's right. I'm surprised you know that. Neil Simon directed that or wrote that. He also did a Sidney Poitier movies.
Yeah, Let's Do It Again, Uptown Saturday Night.
Right. Sure.
He also did some movies in the 80s. Like he did a Disney movie with Elliot Gould where he played...
the Devil.
Yeah, the Devil and Max Devlin.
That's right. God.
Jeez,
That's
I
right.
And it also starred Julie Budd, who I'm friends with on Facebook. And it starred a woman by the name of Susan Ansbach, who claimed that Jack Nicholson birthed her child.
Right. Oh, she's probably telling the truth, too.
Yeah.
But I never did it. Okay, but I don't know. Wow, Bill, what a career if you think the guy's had. It's amazing.
Yeah, and he's also a philanthropist, and he's done so much for not only the African American community, but the community as a whole.
Right.
You know.
Sure.
And it just pains me to see him getting all this flack. You know, all this terrible stuff. I think the main reason is because, you know, Bill Cosby, he told it like it was. You know, and he gave America a big wake up call about, you know, about certain communities, about, you know, certain people, unscrupulous people, and now, you know, those people are seeing this as an opportunity to sort of get back at him. You know, I think this whole thing was a planned thing. I think that, you know, because I know it had to be an inside thing, you know, with this whole Hannibal Buress thing that got this whole thing rolling. I know it had to be inside.
You know, it's funny. There is some truth to what you're saying. I don't know what Bill did or didn't do because I wasn't there.
Right.
I always say that.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'll be honest with you. When Michael Jackson first was accused, first, everybody, Michael did this, Michael. And then I read a huge book of Michael Jackson, and it was very objective. And I'll tell you, you know, the first time Michael Jackson settled with these people was the insurance company made him settle. He didn't want to. He's like, I want to fight. Right. And the second time was clearly just they were trying to get money.
Right.
Well, the first time too.
Yes.
You know, the kid, and they subpoenaed everybody in the Michael Jackson trial, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Macaulay Culkin, Corey Feldman.
Who was the other little, Webster?
Emmanuel Lewis. 30,
Lewis,
40, 50 kids. Now, Michael did some weird things. He had sleepovers. He did this. He did that.
He was like a little kid still.
But there was never, all that testimony, never any sexual misconduct came out. No. The police tried everything. In fact, back to Michael Jackson, the police, this is their big exhibit, right, on Michael Jackson. They come out, we have a picture of Michael doing bad things with kids. And the defense, Michael Jackson's people said, well, give us the exhibit. We have to, you know, we have our right for discovery.
Right.
Finally, after months, the picture comes out. There's Michael dressed in the Michael Jackson, you know, Captain Crunch costume that he used to wear with the glove, right?
Yeah.
And there's 3 guys, they're teenagers, probably 16, 17. They're buffed up, no shirts on. And they're posing. It's not sexual at all. It turned out those are Tito's kids, and they're doing a rap album. And that's the exhibit. But like he said, the media gets a hold of this.
Right.
I'm not.
And then you got people piling on. You got the what's her name? She was married to the lawyer, and she was married to Bruce Jenner.
Oh, right.
What's her name? I can't.
Kardashian.
Kardashian.
Right.
Kris Jenner.
Yeah, Kris Jenner. So I mean, she's out there saying,
okay.
I think it's just pile on after a while.
Right. I'll give you one example. Would be Lou Ferrigno, the bodybuilder, played the Hulk. Right. His wife said, "Oh, in 1968, Bill Cosby was inappropriate with me." I'm looking at the watch here. It's 1968, and it's 2014.
Yes.
I know. I mean, well, Bill is a powerful person. I didn't want to say anything. But those are the people that get sued. Right. So why didn't those are the people that have money. So why don't you sue them then?
Yeah.
Oh, it's all these people. No one sued him.
Well, you want to know what the media's doing to him? It's something that's been done to entertainers, for centuries.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Fatty Arbuckle.
Yeah, that's what I was about to bring up.
I was reading your mind on that one.
I mean, Fatty Arbuckle, for those of you who don't know, was like a silent movie comedian. He was, very rotund, and he was great at what he did. He did all of his own stunts. There was a party apparently held at a hotel, and there was this troubled actress who I think it was a suicide. Actually, I don't think she was murdered. I think it was a suicide, but they framed him for it. And the sad thing about him is that he was blacklisted.
Sure.
Nobody wanted to work with him. He was proven innocent.
Like twice.
Yeah, he was innocent.
Oh yeah.
But he got blacklisted.
Stigma.
He even tried to work under a different name. That didn't work. He would go on tours. People heckled the living hell out of him.
Because character assassination is actually more powerful than
Right,
and they know that. And that's look at William Randolph Hearst. He allegedly killed somebody on a yacht, but it's different because he had the money, he covered it up, and he lived on until he died in his 90s.
Yeah,
a Rosebud and all that business. But you're right. Character assassination, especially now.
Yeah.
You're a public figure.
Well, the media, especially with tabloids and all that. I mean, you don't have a chance. And, And people have already convicted him too.
Oh yeah.
Cosby right now. I mean, by many people, he's convicted of what he did, whether he did it or not. Right. But he's convicted in the minds of people.
That's the American way,
though. And I think part of it has to do with, and I'm going to get because he was one who was pushing constantly how African American families need to be a stronger unit again. And he was pushing more conventional family.
This is what
he said.
Yeah, right.
And that was one of the things he was pushing a lot for, and he's been pushing that for, we need to take responsibility.
Right. He did a big speech he wrote.
Big speech and stuff like that. And I think that's part of the reason why.
Right. I've heard that from people before. So it's interesting.
That's my theory.
But I mean, it's the thing is that when people, if you say something that people don't like to hear, they just attack you for it.
Well,
we can
tell you there. I can tell you. Billy can tell you. Fred can tell you. When you are a public figure, and if you want to do a show, you're going to find this out. You will, Geno. I know you're not going to like it, but one day you'll do a show, and someone's going to stop you in the store. You made fun of this on TV, and you're going to say, "What are you talking about? I never said that." No, you did. No, it's true.
And they're going to believe that other person instead of me.
I have been, of course, I have been attacked. I have been screamed at, and you know what? I have to take it because I like to do the show. Yeah. But I went to court once for the show. I had to give a deposition, and I've been sued, threatened to be sued.
Threatened to be sued.
The show was taken off the air once.
Yeah, that should never have happened.
But you learn that people make, and if you take it personally, it's forget about it. You can't. People have their agenda, and you'll find because you're younger, it's insane. But you'll have to find out on your own.
I've been accused of a lot of things. I mean, when I was in high school. Let me get into, a story here. When I was in high school.
Sure.
All right. I asked this girl out to the prom. I'm not going to name her.
No names. Not for private, right?
I asked this girl out to the prom, and I was nervous, bashful young teenage boy as I was. I asked her out, and I clearly remember her saying yes. But then, I was so excited, and I kept saying, "Ooh, she's gonna take me. I'm going with her, and everything."
You're getting your mind ready for that.
Right. And then I start hearing from her friends and other people that she said no, and then I go to her and I say, "Look, what's going on here?" And she's like,
"You're harassing me, right?"
She tells me to meet her by the gym, and so I go there during the lunch wave, to meet up with her. And so she's not there. And so what happens? I go back into the lunchroom, and who comes after me but the school resource officers? And they take me up, and they tell me that I'm a monster, that I shouldn't, be, that I sexually harassed her, and to stay away and all that. And I'm like, whoa.
Well, I'll tell you. I wasn't there, and I know you, but here's what, I always say this about sexual harassment, right? In the old days, let's talk about the 70s, a Dabney Coleman, 9 to 5.
Oh, yeah.
Sexual harassment was coined for this reason.
Yeah.
I'm the boss, right?
Yeah.
And the women work for me. And I say, if you don't sleep with me, you lose your job.
Right.
That makes sense.
Right.
Power. Now, he has no power over a girl because they're the same. He's not the boss.
Right.
Now, just because you ask somebody out and she feels uncomfortable, or in your case, she said yes, but the point is, that's not sexual harassment.
No.
I don't care. And now they coined this new thing saying, well, if one person's uncomfortable, well, you know what? I'm always uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But the point is, it's ridiculous. So unfortunately, you're growing up at a time where you can't do anything.
No.
There's too much political correctness.
Right, they're like,
Thank you.
look at the way your hat is. They're like, I don't like the way he holds his hat. You can't do anything.
No.
Well, what? Do you want me to hold out my middle finger?
No, I'm being sarcastic. But,
No, being sarcastic,
but,
yes.
But we're going to take a break, 5-minute
Yes.
break,
And then we're
3
going to
minute
come back
break, whatever.
with Dr. Fred.
Fred's going to talk a little bit. We're going to back to Geno, and we'll be back in, I don't know, 3
We'll be back
minutes.
as soon as we're done, yes. Come on, Marco.
Oh, forget it. Oh, we're going to keep talking. He's not ready.
Why is he not ready?
Oh, no, I don't think he's ready.
Coming to Oddfellows because the people
There it is.
are absolutely great and I have so much fun.
Whether it be a production for little kids or for the teenagers, it's always high quality work.
The experience that I'm probably most proud of is The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I had a great cast, and the set was amazing.
I find Oddfellows a great family experience.
Oddfellows Playhouse, promoting the growth of
Young people through the
Performing arts.
"37 years ago, Oddfellows Playhouse was started by 4 Wesleyan students as a community theater program for young people. Since that time, Oddfellows has grown into Connecticut's largest youth theater, serving over 31 towns throughout central and southern Connecticut. Nearly 2,000 young people a year come through the doors of Oddfellows, where they make friends, learn about their community, and learn about themselves.
It gives them confidence to be leaders. It gives them confidence to work with other people. It offers a whole experience where they grow as people.
At Oddfellows, we run programming year-round for students as young as age 3 all the way up till age 20 in the performing arts. Oddfellows offers a technical theater program for middle school and high school students.
The great thing about theater is it's one of the last places in modern society where everyone's dependent on one another. Getting everyone to collaborate together, from backstage crew to the kids who are actually doing the performances. Everyone's a key part of the program.
The teen repertory program is for our high school students. The Summer Shakespeare Academy is a 4-week intensive for high school students where they're immersed in the world of Shakespeare.
You get legitimate training. You learn how to say things eloquently, and you just have a great time, and you meet so many different types of people.
What she just said clears up what his story, what happened after his story, right? Oh, so you have to.
In stage combat class, I learned how to fall correctly, making it look like I'm actually pushed, but it's all in my control. Like throwing punches and making sure that the people who are being punched are the ones in control. David, our instructor, is really fun and really great, and he is really good at teaching us, because when he first taught us the things, it was sort of a just watch me and then you do, and then slowly we just became more and more comfortable with it, and he would add more things, and so it was very easy to pick up on.
Good.
Nice.
It looks really good. So just make sure you don't flex the foot. You keep the toe pointed, and you're sending that energy up. And you can go up and quite a bit. Okay.
The junior repertory program is for middle school students in grades 6 through 8. Troops and Arts Explorers is an after-school multi-arts program for at-risk youth. Little Fellows is our newest program. It's for students aged 4 through 7. It's a 2-week multi-arts program involving dance, storytelling, movement, acting, and visual arts.
I really like doing drawing and crafts. We write stories and then draw pictures about them.
And we're just trying to give them fun things to take home so that they can really feel accomplished.
Our first ACT program is offered on Saturdays for preschool and kindergarten students. Our Stage 1 program is for grades 1 through 3. Students begin with Complete Actor 1, where they learn the basics of acting, and then their next program is a mini production. Our Stage 2 programs are for grades 4 through 5. Students begin with Complete Actor 2, and then their next class is a mini production. The Children's Circus is a 5-week half-day program where students are exposed to circus skills, including clowning, juggling, stilting, unicycling, and acrobatics. It culminates in an outdoor circus show for an audience of over 1,500 people. If you want to know more about our classes and programs and see how they fit with your schedule, check out our website at oddfellows.org.
Oddfellows Playhouse.
When you come here, it's like a world of fun.
They learn so quickly because the teachers are just really good at bringing out their strengths.
It's been a wonderful experience for all of us.
I thought it would be a wonderful opportunity where he could meet other children and be creative at the same time.
Oddfellows offers a variety of programs for children ages 4 to 20.
Oddfellows Playhouse.
Promoting the growth
of young people
through the performing arts.
We're back. Geno, how old is the ad? How long is it or how old is it? What do you say?
How old is the ad?
3 years, 2 years?
3 years.
By the way, we paid for it.
Cable
Billy and I together. No.
Yes. Billy and I together.
No, the Cable Advisory Board
Yes.
does a lot of good things. And one of the good things we did do a couple years ago was we produced an ad.
Yep, for Oddfellows, so they could get some more people involved with it, more younger people. And it's a very important thing. I think helping young people. And this past year, we did a thing to help out our seniors in Middletown, East Hampton, Cromwell, Portland.
Did it. I mean, we all did it. I mean, Marco did a lot, but it was your idea. Marco did a lot. He picked up the printers and yada, yada, yada. There was some low-hanging fruit that didn't do anything.
Yeah. But to me, it's important for the
low-hanging fruit
to do things for people in our community.
Right.
And that was one, it's one thing we try to do every year. And this year we'll have something else coming up, and we're just not sure yet.
I know some of the names.
And also, so people know, high school seniors, if you're if you want to be involved, going to college next year, and a chance to get $1,000 to go towards your education, and you're involved with audio, video, anything along those lines, that's what you want to go into. Email at mccac@gmail.com and get your stuff in by April 15th, tax day. And we will interview people, and hopefully you'll be the person that'll get the $1,000 to help towards your school.
Right. And
to my right,
Fred Carroll has
Dr. Carroll's here. How you doing, Fred?
I'm good. No, I'm not. I'm dropping the doctor.
Are you dropping the doctor?
Yes, I'm shutting down my exorcism clinic.
Okay.
So if you need an exorcism, I'll send you to the reliable Catholic Church.
Okay. So St. Pius or St. Sebastian's?
Yes.
Okay.
Are there going to be any heads that are going to turn in 360 degrees?
No, I mean, like I say, I think the Catholic priests can handle it.
Yes. Whoa. So what's going on?
I'm running for mayor.
Yes.
Now, I hope you're not going to be like Rob Ford.
Probably not.
Probably not. Rob Ford,
I'm running on the Realistic Balance Party line, the same line that John Killian got almost 1,000 votes on last time.
Yep.
Against an otherwise unopposed Dan Drew,
right.
who got 5,000 votes. Now, this is a similar kind of thing. Realistic Balance Party philosophy, politics, it's subtle, it's nuanced.
Yep.
It's split second. It's 1 vote, 1 minute.
Yep.
$1. But in his case, he wanted to give people an option. He wanted to bring up issues. And he wanted to fight for the third party, which is why I was passionately involved. The first time I ran for council was simply because John Killian asked me.
I remember.
Yes.
I remember that too, yep.
It's why are you running? Because someone asked me to. The second time I realized what fun it was.
Yeah.
And also that was the year of the third parties. Now I'm trying to capitalize or at least maintain all the ground that we won, the court, and keep the third party, in this case the Realistic Balance Party, on the ballot.
Right.
So that if, I'm not a big fan of Stephen Devoto, but you remember what happened to him. The Democrats, for some reason, didn't want him.
Right.
And so he had to petition. He got it done, but it was a ton of work.
Right, I totally remember. We remember that
yes,
a lot.
We remember it very well, yes.
And in fact, it's funny. I feel that I did that in 1999. I ran as an independent for mayor, and I had no interest in the parties at all.
Right.
It wasn't until 2003 where I saw someone at a gas station, no names, said. No, but I mean, that's what I kind of did what you did. I was not interested in political parties at all. I'm saying, I'm run for mayor. But you're right. It's so hard, which is why, we're Republicans, but we still want you on the show because what you say is important.
Yes. Well,
and I want to hear from you.
Yes. And I mean, Stephen Smith,
Sure.
David Bauer.
Stephen Smith, right, the teacher from Platt.
Who was the other gentleman? Who was the guy who ran as a writing candidate? I can't think. He ran for Board of Ed.
He looks like Gary Oldman. He looks like Gary Oldman.
Looks like Gary Oldman. Right.
I just saw him the other day,
He ran
too.
the same year that Ed ran.
Yeah,
I can't think of his name right now, but I remember he was out
there.
there.
Katherine Johnson, you know, Beth Emery by and by might need a political home base.
Sure. Yep.
So, you know, so I want this thing to be there. And so if I can, you know, even in my guise as the village idiot, you know, if I can get it.
You're very intelligent, Fred. Don't say that.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Well, and I always remember, and it's not just Middletown. East Hampton has a Chapman Party.
The Chapman
and they actually they've had people elected, they've run the council.
Gary Oldman was kicked out.
Yes,
and
he was.
I'm not going to tell you why, people. Basement.
And Auburn's just like, no, no.
Gary
yes,
Oldman.
you were. You were out. So, I mean, there are other towns that their third parties are fairly strong.
Yes.
I know New Haven has a fairly strong Green Party. Actually, Hartford, I know, does. Hartford also has a Working Family Party.
Well, the Working Family Party is not.
Is, well,
kind of a Democrat adjunct.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Where the Green Party actually has some differences from the Democratic Party.
Yeah.
The Working Family Party, I think they're sort of, and the Democrats are sort of just intertwined. They're sort of almost one and the same.
The Working Families Party will tell you that they cross-endorse Republicans and Democrats. It's not really true because they endorse one Republican every cycle, the same guy.
Yes.
It's like, come on.
No, they didn't endorse him this last time.
They didn't.
No, they did not endorse it.
But at least tell the truth. At least we tell the truth. We know we get a little annoying, but we know.
I don't care if I'm annoying.
We don't care. But those guys are like,
you're not annoying. You're just painfully funny.
Thank you. I appreciate that. No, but what is it? The Working Class Party?
The Working Family Party.
Working Family Party. They're like, no, we're not all Democrats. You are.
You are.
Just tell the truth.
Just be honest.
Fred tells the truth. Billy tells the truth.
That's why I'm running. That's
right.
what it's about.
And
by the way, John Killian is the brains behind the outfit.
I saw John walk. Well, John walked in front of the camera.
Without John Killian, none of this is happening. He is just, taking time for other things.
Well, you got to be. I know what people.
Right, and you have other things to do.
I've known John for a long time.
Yep.
But don't trust him. Though.
But now,
wait, we could do something. We could say something.
What?
John and I were his first and second nominating speech
at the convention.
At the convention.
Right.
So don't ever want to bring that up.
Yes.
Well, no. See,
John Killian,
that's how far back we go.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
We read the speech.
And he was a Republican then.
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
John has been a member of every party.
Yes.
In fact, if you look, you can go back in time. He was part of the Federalist Papers.
Yes.
The
Whigs. He was a Whig.
Sure.
He was a Whig.
The Republican Democrat Party.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, he was part of the split.
Yes.
He was getting crazy over there.
But I want to tease my platform a little bit.
Okay,
now,
go
I
ahead.
haven't completely crafted it.
Okay.
But the low-hanging fruit, I like one that a local guy says, shoot for close targets. You know? Like if we're going hunting, we're sure to get squirrel.
Yeah.
Which will feed us,
Yeah.
So just one thing that I want to give people to get their minds around. The first thing I would do, first order of business, is I would shut down those two, what they call parking Nazis. Those two little guys. People think there's one, there's two, they're twins.
Yeah.
You see them running to give someone a ticket.
Yeah.
They are too passionate about it.
They love it.
Yes.
It's wrong.
I got caught the other day. I was 1 minute over.
Well, I've heard of people getting a ticket 3 minutes early, just all kinds of stories.
It's very Seinfeldish,
And what does it cost? So it's very Seinfeldish, right?
Yes.
It's not,
Yeah, and I think they're the reason why, in the whole thing with parking, is why downtown Middletown I don't think gets a lot of business, and why a lot of stores don't want to open up.
Of course, friendly.
The business owners are ticked off.
It should be business friendly.
Downtown is friendly.
So I call this a quality of life thing. Typically, quality of life means urinating on buildings.
See, that's a good platform. That's simple to understand.
Right.
You're right.
And I will replace them with ticketing loitering.
Nice.
And this is old material. Simple loitering, like an envelope.
Sure.
$5, a cigarette butt, $10 because it's been in your
you
mouth.
dealt with this. You dealt with this issue. You see when people just toss stuff.
You have a right to say that, Fred.
There's not much you don't see in the gutter.
Yes.
No. And now spitting, that's $25 because it's been in your lungs. How many times has my broom, and I pass it through a lungie on the sidewalk?
I haven't spit since 1982, Fred. I'm nervous. I'm not spitting. No more spitting.
Excellent.
I play softball. I don't spit.
My wife says swallow. That's what she says.
Oh, no, you got to spit. I would tell you to spit. But where?
No
There's
spitting.
a sewer, spit down the open sewer.
There's napkins.
Phil, you have to
There's
realize, don't say
trash.
stuff like that. This is a family show.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
I got to call for spittoons. We need spittoons.
Hey, that was like how they had it. They had the
Yes.
spittoons. My brother used to carry a can with him. He used to chew. So he carried a can and he'd spit in there. That was his thing.
That's the sound.
And I thought that it was nasty. I said, that was a nasty thing. I said, and it spilled in his house one time. I think his wife told him that's it.
Oh my
She's over there going,
no.
no.
This is what the show is. Live TV. Geno wants to do his own show, and this is what you got to do, Geno. You got to set it up, and then you just.
Yes.
It's crazy. I didn't know Fred was going to talk about. Well,
Oh, that's cool though.
I love
Spittoon's
it.
cool. I think
Spittooning,
we should.
spittooning.
The problem is though, if you make them out of brass and copper, which is what they used to make out of, people steal them to go to bring
There's
them down
that.
to the
It would have its problems.
Yes.
Maybe disposable ones. I don't know.
Hey,
Probably. Yeah.
Oh, Fred, I was just going to cut you off for a second. What's your favorite movie? I want to get Fred going in a different direction here, because then you can jump in here.
Apocalypse Now.
Wow.
Really? The redo one?
The Redux.
The Redux.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I've actually seen? You know what you should check out if you ever have any spare time? There's this dude who in the 80s, he did like a video mashup of Apocalypse Now and Winnie the Pooh.
Yep.
Called it Apocalypse Pooh. And it is the funniest thing you'd ever want to see. I think, wasn't Dennis Hopper in that movie?
Yes.
Yes, he
Oh,
was.
he was the camera.
You know what they did? You know what they did? They had Piglet as Dennis
I
Hopper.
was thinking I've seen that.
By Tom Graham. That thing is funny, man. If you ever,
That
audience,
sounds
if you,
fun.
if you ever
sounds like
want
a
to see
badass
something hilarious, watch Apocalypse Pooh. It is the funniest thing you'd ever
Well,
want to see.
you could probably YouTube it now.
I'll keep an eye out. But speaking of the arts, there's this. As John Killian established, we're going to make a tradition out of it. Any leftover money we're going to give to the Buttonwood, Oddfellows, Art Farm, like that.
Well, isn't that what your mayor did? The mayor had, what,
No, he had like
$93,000?
$100,000.
I thought he did.
Yeah, he put it in his own pack. He did his own
He
pack.
gave it back.
No, come on. He didn't give it to the arts.
No,
No.
wait, did he give like a small little tiny check?
I don't think he gave any.
Come on. Yes, he
He
did.
did
Maybe he did.
$94,000.
Maybe he
Fred,
did.
Fred,
We
I'm
have
being
to
sarcastic.
find
I know
out.
It been like $100, I think.
Fred,
he
he
gave.
He might have
gave
matched.
50 cents
But
over
we
there.
gave 100%.
Give the money to the people where. Come on.
We gave
Man,
every
bring some
penny
culture
You gave
here,
every
man.
penny. That's right. You gave every
He
penny
didn't give
back. That's
anything.
right. Every penny
Billy,
back.
he didn't give anything back.
Well, he might have gave $1.50.
Oh.
$3.50, as I would always say. $3.50.
For
Yeah.
all three, hey, for all three of you, check this out, right?
Yes.
Every year, look at me, camera, look at me. Every year,
Look at me.
every year, right? The Democrats, every year, we want fresh faces to run for Democrats, for the council.
Yeah.
Where are the fresh faces? They're the same people.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
It's attrition. When one becomes a Republican, they have an opening.
Yes, that's
We
the
run
only
anybody.
time. Right. And you know what's funny thing is that, new
I'm a
faces.
fresh face, man.
Listen, Jerry, you have great hair, but you're not a fresh face. Jerry's been on there forever. Jerry Daly, he's got great hair though. Man, to bottle that stuff and sell it, it'd be great. I love his hair. I want his hair.
They told.
I want Dee Snider's hair.
Yes.
He's got great hair.
What, with the ponytail look or the original?
No, when he had the whole blush.
Oh yeah, the whole Dee Snider
I
with
wanna
his hair. I like
rock.
that. Yeah, I want to rock. I remember those
Snyder's
days.
good. I like Dee Snider.
Yeah, you know the drummer from Twisted Sister just died.
DJ.
Yeah, he
that
just
was
he
sad.
passed away.
59 years old.
Yeah.
He was young.
Yeah.
59's young.
It is, but it's amazing that you could live to 60 with that discipline.
Yeah.
Lifestyle.
Well, you think about it. Look at was it Keith Richards? My God, I thought that guy should have been dead 30 years ago.
No, you don't.
And he's like Dracula.
He's 187 years old.
He's just gonna live forever.
Well, he's a vampire though.
He's
Speaking of
something,
vampires,
yeah.
but he's done everything, and he said it in a book. I remember one time I read it, and he was just like, "There's not a drug in the world he hasn't done. He's done everything."
Well, we got the vampire
and
expert
I think
over here. What do
he
you
got
think?
formaldehyde in there, and it just
a
pumped
couple
it
of
through.
interesting points. First of all, it's quitting that kills you, I tell you.
Right.
And yes, you can just keep doing it.
Yeah.
And live a while, but that constant stop and go.
Oh,
You
right.
gotta do it or not do it.
Right.
know?
We got 5 minutes left. The number is 860-613.
5 minutes left. 3031.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it's quick.
It's quick. Vampire, tell me.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, I just wanted to give a brief shout out to a film that I love. Here it is. I have two different versions of it.
Metropolis, right?
Oh yeah.
It's his favorite movie, I think.
Gary, cue up the Metropolis theme. You should see it somewhere. Here, show these to the people. There are two versions.
Is that Gary or is that Marco?
Well, who's ever? There we go.
Now this is the 1927 and 1984 version right here. I was still a young pup in 27. 84, I actually just got out of high school. a couple of years before that. I'm old. Academy Award winning.
Beautiful.
Love the music. And you know the funny thing is I'm listening. This music is 88 years old. That's a long time ago. Fred was still just had one broom, didn't have 3 or 4 back then. He was a one broom guy.
Gino's on a mission, so we have 5 minutes of Geno. Let's see what he's going to do.
Well, I just wanted to briefly. Oh, gotta get the microphone again.
Yeah, get the microphone.
Yeah, do it.
That's right.
I just wanted to briefly show off some of this other stuff that I have over here. If you can hold this. I have 2 DVDs of Nosferatu, but they are specifically, this is my favorite version of Nosferatu. It's the version that has an introduction by David Carradine, and it has music by my favorite band, Typo Negative, R.I.P. Peter Steele. I love Nosferatu. It's one of my favorite films of all time. And we are being told 4 minutes. Thank you very much.
Don't walk in front of the camera this time, Mr. Killian.
Over here, I have a poster of...
Yes, you did.
Over here.
We saw your buttocks.
Over here, I have a poster. Gulliver's Travels, 1939, one of my favorite films of all time.
He's stuck.
And over here, we have some of my 3 Marx Brothers collections right down here.
I love the Marx Brothers.
I love the Marx Brothers too. Groucho, Harpo, Chico, Zeppo, and Gummo.
I used to like that Groucho actually would take, basically, he would draw in his mustache.
Grease paint.
Right, grease paint, until he grew one, and then he decided to grow one. That was part of his deal.
Yeah, for You Bet Your Life, and that reminds me of a story. All right, there's apparently this story. Now, there's going to be some raucous laughter coming up in here. All right, there's a story that goes around, like, you know, on Groucho's old You Bet Your Life program?
Yeah.
Well, apparently there was this lady on there who apparently had a bunch of kids. Mm-hmm. And Groucho asked her, why do you have so many kids? And the lady says, the reason why I had so many kids is because I love my husband. And then Groucho apparently said, well, hey, I love my cigar too, but I take it out every once in a while.
Whoa! Wow!
Oh,
Wow! I don't know if I would have said that.
Oh my God, live TV, baby.
And,
the Coconuts, that was a great movie.
We got my science fiction collection.
Animal Crackers.
Science fiction collection that has Metropolis, Things to Come, Day of the Triffids, Hollywood Romance, Metropolis, Wheeler and Woolsey, Forgotten Comedy Team, great comedy team, German Horror Classics, Cabinet Dr. Caligari, Nosferatu, The Gollum Waxworks, great box set of F.W. Murnau films, Chaplin. Who doesn't love Chaplin? Come on.
I love Chaplin.
FBI didn't like him. That's what.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well,
how some people in Hollywood
musical set.
Back in the day.
All these are some great movies here, and if you gave them a
that
chance,
was what a penny.
Thank you, Geno.
Thank you, Geno.
We're gonna have him on again in a couple
months.
months.
So you know, duck soup's my favorite. I love duck soup. Love duck soup.
So listen, I want to. I guess we're gonna end the show. We push for time as usual, but great show tonight.
Thank you, Geno, for coming on. Thank you for showing us your collection. Thank you for helping everybody.
I get some.
I'm still gonna call you Dr. Fred.
Yeah,
Dr. Fred, Dr.
You can
Carroll.
call me Dr. Freddy.
Okay.
Just don't call him Fred Flintstone.
Hey, I get some acknowledgments for tonight. Gary Aubin, thanks for letting the girls out of the basement. Your parole officer is coming tonight.
Yeah.
Marco, thanks for not stopping the show because, you know.
Well, you did stop it once.
You know, thank you,
it's
Marco.
typical Marco.
John Killian, thanks for walking in front of the camera.
Not once, but twice.
Everybody's going to write a poetry about me later, I hope. She's like, what a weirdo, man. Geno, good guest tonight. Very good input on the movie.
I'm glad I was able to get here for the last.
Billy Wilson had a meeting, I don't believe him. And I really
don't believe him.
I had to bump guests tonight. We were so busy. Dan Drew, I apologize. I'll get you on next week. I'm sorry. Dan Drew, I wish you could. No, bump. So Dan Drew.
Unless he's Marion Barry, then we'd have him on.
So
we wouldn't bump him.
Dan Drew, next show we'll get you on. You know you love us. We can get you on. You can talk about all the money you gave back. You know.
Yeah, to all the
poor people.
To the arts. To the arts. Oddfellows really appreciates it.
So.
And Gerald Daly, sell your hair.
Oh,
he has great hair. He has great hair.
Anyways, Tyler, good job tonight.
Thank you, Tyler. Thank you, Marco.
All right, we'll see you in a couple weeks on Belly Show.
See you next week. Peace.
All right, next show, a month.
Yeah, next show in a month.
Your show, 2 weeks, right?
2 weeks. We have something like that. Not this week, next week.
I want bigger font than everybody else.
Do you know what?
Geno!